Hey rollers, this one is called Nasze Lito, our summer, and it's about not only the summer, you know, a Cossack ship, pretty cool. But these dances, as actually Prometheus UA told me, they are not folk Ukrainian dances or, well, it was basically developed in the 90s, in the beginning of 90s here in Ukraine. But I think they were inspired um, by some traditions, though there are no proofs to that. Anyway, this song is 20 years old, guys. Tartak is the band. It was super popular in the early 20th, 2000s, yeah, and I think in the end of 90s too. I wasn't ever a fan, but I heard some of those songs, some of their songs, and I really enjoyed this one. It is so energizing, and the music video is pretty awesome. I also enjoyed watching it. Today is, I don't know, what day of war is it? I lost count, and it feels like it doesn't matter anymore. 872. I mean, it feels like forever, and it feels like it's gonna be going forever. So, well, it kind of reminds me of Red Hot Chili Peppers' funky stuff. Yeah, Dijkstra. I think it's pretty. They were inspired by Red Hot Chili Peppers, definitely, or something like that. Okay. So, guys, this was a long week. This was a very fast-paced week. Anyway, even though it was long, it was just filled with many events there on the front line as we were traveling together with Andrew, Greg, and Jenya. Greg and Jenya took me and Andrew as their, how do you call them? Hitchhikers? as passengers. And we were... It also was a heavy week. It was, yeah, pretty heavy. Like... It was heavy mentally, to be honest, and physically, but I won't say it's been, I don't know. It was a reality check, and I think my reality is completely in synchronization with the reality on the front line. I actually don't think I had some illusions. But, seeing it with your own eyes is just, it gives more. It gives you more understanding, more realization and stuff. Bittersweet. Yeah, I call it like that. Because, meeting people, listening to their stories, it is very good, and that's what I like. That's what I love. So, okay, guys, big news about our fundraising campaign for the NAFO truck. So let's go there and check the current status. This one is not actual. Let me update it. And we're on 42,063 euros and 86 cents. So we actually reached our goal too fast, even, I would say even too fast, in a week or something, thanks to Wally Drennan, who donated $33,000. 33,177. That's crazy. That's the biggest donation ever made for now here in the streams. In the rollers community. So, Wally Drennan, thank you so much. So what we decided to do is to actually add the second NAFO truck to the campaign. So now we raised funds for, let's say, we raised funds for the drones, 40 of them, 40 FPV drones, big ones, 10-inch in diameter. So then We raised funds for the NAFO truck, for the Kraken brigade, and now we are also adding the truck for the 3rd Assault Brigade for Sofia. And guys, remember, we already delivered them one, but unfortunately their other vehicles, NAFO truck is still alive, but other vehicles have been destroyed by Russians and they need another one. So now they're gonna have another one from us, but we still need to raise 15,500 euros. For donating 100 euros or more, you can get one of these patches. For donating 200 or more, you can get both of these patches. Actually, we have another big donator for this campaign, Robert. I won't say a second name, but Robert sent 10,000 euros.
Hello, Rick Rollers. How we doing, everybody? Thank you, Rick, also for pushing the NAFO fundraiser. I saw earlier you were helping push our fundraiser.
Yeah, guys, once again, I want to mention Andrew's fundraiser. Let me show it on the screen. He's Patches fundraiser. Let's go there. Let's see on what mark he is. $14,738 out of $21,150. It's just what? On 69% right now. I know, guys, that a lot of you don't want to move it from this point because you like the 69 number. I know. But we gotta do it. We gotta finish the fundraiser because unit is waiting for the NAFO truck. Please donate to that one. And I still am not showing it on the screen. Now I am. So here it is. On the patch, you see Andrew in Kharkiv. Well, actually, a Kharkiv sign is behind him. He's holding the 3 fingers, which is a Ukrainian trident.
We went to every frontline major city from Kharkiv down to Sloviansk over to Kherson. Like, we went to all of those cities and we were in them, not just on the outskirts. We were in there. In Kherson, it's shelling constantly. Like, it's in some of the places you hear the hits in the distance, but in the city, like, you're getting the cities.
But we were lucky. We were not shelled.
We were very lucky. No. But like, you could. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, in some of the cities you hear it off in the distance, but like, it was there next, like, around us. There were some close calls. I'll get more on the specific on that when I get back home. In a couple places, like, we left a city, and then as soon as we were on our way back, there was a hit right in the middle of it. The smoke was coming up. It was surreal, but we got to spend a lot of time with the soldiers and the frontline units that Greg works with, and Xenia, and it was really cool seeing how they interact. Like, I was observing a lot because, one, I don't speak Ukrainian, so it was just a lot of observations. But I also was like watching how Greg and Xenia operate as well, and every interaction we had lasted at least 1 to 2 hours. Like, every interaction was like 1 to 2 hours long, at least, just by conversation. We're sharing philosophical things. The coolest meeting we had was the last one, where I got the diver uniform, and we saw his history book of when he was from the Soviet Union and when he was a Navy diver in the Soviet Union. Now he's obviously fighting on the side of Ukraine. But it was just really, really, really cool experiences, like going to meet these soldiers that we gave and I don't want to ruin it. I'm not going to say who it was from or who it's for yet, because I want Greg to be able to give that cool update. But we gave a soldier a very sentimental item that wasn't expected from Papa Dutch. I think Papa Dutch on your channel too, Greg, or Rick. Sorry, yeah,
not right now.
But he usually check.
Yeah, but he's gonna be here when Greg is gonna be here. But guys, he's legendary. Cool. Yeah,
very legendary. So he gave Greg an item, and again, I'll let Greg explain that and tell us, because we have video with it too. But he gave Greg an item that he wasn't expecting to be able to, like. It was like one of those, like, what are the soldiers gonna do with this? Right, because usually you expect medical items, or it's just like it's things that you don't even think of. But this item was so sentimental to this soldier, and as soon as he opens the gift, his eyes just like, oh my God, he was so it was just so cool. But we spent like at least 2 or 3 hours at this place with these soldiers, that were getting ready to go to the position the next day, and it was hot. It was very hot down there, wasn't it, Rick? Like it's hot in
Oh.
Kyiv, but down there it was oh my, like that's where most of my tans come from, and apparently my sunburn. Like what? My sunburn. But like just seeing how the soldiers are just like in the heat all day. Like they don't get to escape from it. They don't get to find air conditioning when they want, or drink some cold water or have something. They got to be out there. So I mean, that's where I got to play. I got to see how they relax too, and the soldiers play video games. And I played Counter Strike 2 on one of the soldiers'
Oh,
laptops,
yeah.
which is cool. Yeah, they're like
Cool
Ricardo has
moment.
a gaming channel. He does gaming, and then they had me sit on their seat that they play, and it was just really cool. Like I'm at his desk, the guy's going ready to go out to the position the next day, and I'm there playing his Counter Strike game. Just it's just like interactions, like human interactions that you would think, oh, interacting with the Ukrainian soldiers, you got to be like official and like, it's they're humans, they're regular people. The majority of them were like they had regular jobs before Russia invaded. They were doing, whatever, tons of different jobs, and now they're infantry or in the military. So it just was really cool having those like really personable experiences. But yeah, every experience was unique. Nothing was like we're doing the same thing again. Every single interaction was unique. We stayed in so many places um, that were unique that we'll have to wait a while to talk about one of them. But we stayed in cities. There was no power at night, and one place we got to stay had really bad AC. Like they had power, and we were blessed to have power the whole night, and it was very nice. But the AC was very bad, so Rick was like, let me ask and see if we can get better rooms with better AC," and it was actually really good. And I really like take for granted air conditioning. Like, oh my goodness, like that is so good to have that. But when you don't have it, you realize just how privileged we are to like in the U.S. we have the central air and whatnot. But the drive was great. I mean, I slept most of the van ride. I would just pass out because it's hot. We didn't they had a new van this time because they're getting one of them fixed. So our air conditioning in the back didn't work, so they had to blow the air through them. And when Jen is passing vehicles, he's like, he's leaning over, so it's like blocking the air. I'm just like sweating sweating most of the ride, but it would make me sleepy. So if anything, I slept a lot of the drive where we'd go, and we spent significant hours. Like we were on the frontline express is what I call it, just going from place to place to place to place. And then Jenya's on the phone asking like, "What do you need?" Or the soldiers are calling them, "Hey, we have these two guys, and they have YouTube talking about me and Rick. They have these YouTube channels, and they really help with the efforts, and we're connected to them." And then
Hmm.
that's like how that's how we got introduced to them too, is like to the soldiers or to the civilians in the village or whatever. And that's how Zanya finds out. Like they don't. I mean, shout out to the NAFO 69th Steeping Brigade for all the work they do in the background to find out what units need, and like if they need drones or trucks or whatever. But Jenya and Greg, it's all one on one. That's how they find out. There's no like official. I mean, they have to use the official channels, but there isn't like somebody telling Greg and Jenya what they need to go and get. Like they're asking the soldiers directly, if that makes sense, guys. Like all on the phone. Jenya's just on there constantly. And okay, and then he'll get off the phone and he'll go, "Hey, Greg, we need to get this, 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 and this." And then Greg will go, "Okay." And then we'll go to the store or whatever, or the pharmacy or whatever, and get what they need. It's not always what you guys think either. Like it is medical supplies and it is the important things, but we got them energy drinks, we got tomatoes, we got them chocolates.
Yeah, big
Not to
shout
mention the
out
amount of
to Johanna and her
good.
friends from Finland for those treats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shout out to Johanna from Finland for the donations to Rick, so we can buy those snacks for the soldiers. Like it was really cool. We have video of all that. We're in the grocery store video. So if
Hmm.
you're like, I want to see that, like we got you guys, promise. Like it's coming. And the pharmacy too in Kharkiv. Like and that there's some historical aspect to that one too, because that the place we were had been hit before, completely destroyed.
Hmm.
The Russians targeted this very block and destroyed that pharmacy. We were in the refurbished one, so we got medical supplies. We met. It was just so surreal. Some of the area from Kharkiv to Liman, or was it Liman or Izium, Rick?
Izum. It was Izum.
Izium. Okay, it was Izium. So from there to Izium, I had seen that road already from when I went on Donbass Express last year. But it was like we were with Greg this time, and like they had some further information about things, or obviously Zhenya too. And Zhenya's really good with the camera. Like you can
Oh
do
yeah.
videos, and he has these slow mo videos, you guys, of things that we were doing. Um, did you talk? Did you talk about one of the things we did yet, Rick?
Which one?
Um, uh, Pete,
How to hint, right?
not yet.
Which
Mhm.
one? Which one are you talking about?
Just like what we did, just our purpose on the overlook in
Yeah, I think people know that one of our main goals in this trip, like maybe the main goal, yeah, it was to spread Peter's ashes. It was, if you're talking about that one.
yeah,
Uh,
and that wait till you guys see that one. Like when we pulled up to it, the sun was just setting, and there's this statue
no,
of Artem.
I still didn't show that
And it's
one,
just a
but
no, I haven't showed it either, but it's just wait, guys, just wait till you see that. That whole thing was just magical, and like this, there's tons of things with that'll come out soon. But it was just very good. The spreading of Pete's ashes. Greg will have the video, and for that, and I think Project Constantine might upload with that one in the Dnipro. But then when we spread them in Donetsk in the east, that was like a really, really good experience too that we had. Someone asked to finish the story about the demining kid. Yeah, so we went to after we had a really, really good meeting with the soldiers, and that's where I got the diver uniform. We went to a store and we grabbed a swimming pool. Greg had an F6, like a toy F-16, and a toy helicopter for this kid. But in the swimming pool was like big enough for their village to go and swim in. Like they had one, but this one was a nicer one. I mean, it's not like a big pool. It's like in a box. Like think of like a boxed pool you can get at Walmart or Target.
I'm not sure
they can
that
have in
they
the back.
had one before. I
They had one
think,
back there.
yeah.
I saw one.
Huh.
Maybe and this, yeah, I saw the blue one in the back, but this one was bigger and better.
Got it.
Greg saw it too. But
Wow.
it's just like a build one that you can do. But there's kids there that in this house. There maybe like 3 families in this whole village are left. Maybe like 3 or 4 families. But the kids all hang out and they all swim and hang out, and so they get to fly the helicopter. Like they're very excited to go to the field and fly it. But that kid Kirill demines that village or demines the farm behind it.
No, I don't
the
think
family-
he is demining. He was helping
No,
like
I'm
a
sorry. He's
humanitarian.
grabbing the dunnage in the fields. Like he's grabbing the destroyed rocket. He could identify all of them, all the Russian rockets. He was able to look at and be like, "That's a Smerch. That's an Iskander. That's that's whatever." He was able to identify all of it, and he would bring it back and put it in a pile. And the family's all living together in one room right now while their house is being rebuilt because their house burned down. Their house burned completely in the door. What did we agree on calling it, Rick? The door opening? The door, the hinges on the door. They're burnt out, though.
Yeah, inside.
So when you walk through their doors.
When Andrew says it's been rebuilt, it's not like some dudes from humanitarian organization come and rebuild it. No, his father, Kirill's father, is rebuilding it with his own hands. And he's such an awesome guy and a farmer. I was talking to him like one-on-one at some point for about 5 minutes, and he was telling me how he is actually harvesting right now and what part of the harvest goes where, what part he needs to give to many, like the not the facilitators, when they have pieces of it. We call it pie here in Ukraine. But not like a a sweet pie or a potato pie or something. But yeah, it's like a share. Yeah, so he needs to give a lot of share to the owners of the land, and then he has something for himself. And then he said, but the field of corn, the whole field of corn, we're just gonna cut it. We're not gonna harvest it. I tried to understand what reason is for that, but his answers were not understandable to me because I don't know the farmer slang, But so that man is a full-time farmer, plus he's rebuilding their house. And I said, I really wish that you guys will spend this winter already in your own house, in many rooms, not in one. And he said, you know what? I plan to move in next month already, like during the summer. And I was like, wow. And I knew that man is actually gonna stick to his word and move his family inside the house before even autumn. I'm sure of that. So great family, great guy Kirill, and it was super awesome to meet them. I also gifted him a berry monkey. Here's a spoiler for you guys. Yeah.
I was trying to get Barry's attention the other day. Barry, I saw him messaging me on Discord because I was streaming here in Kyiv, and I was just kind of like I was just kind of showing some pictures like through the stream, like, hey guys, this like a sneak preview type. And I was trying to get Barry's attention to show that like his monkeys were handed out for like three people. We handed them out to two people, right, Rick, or three?
Yeah,
How many monkeys did you hand out?
unfortunately, I forgot to give the third one, so to two people.
Two of them. Okay, two of Barry Mundy's monkeys were handed out. One to a village, and then one to the military. It was really cool.
Mm-hmm. Pretty awesome. So, yeah, Andrew, you keep talking. I just wanted to point that thing out because I still need to give those tickets to people. So much work is going on the background here, you see, while someone else is talking. So, please continue.
And it's appreciated all the work that you're doing with the spreadsheets, and it's really nice outside right now in Kyiv. It's been really hot. We've had a very big heat wave, so not only has the power been a problem, and only having power for a few hours a day maybe, and then that obviously the air conditioning. I've been blessed to have water, so I could actually like take a shower, and if I like, it wasn't always bad. But it's been very, very hot here. But right now we're outside on the balcony where we do Good Morning Kyiv, but because of the power issue, I couldn't do it or anything. So,
Mm.
but it's really nice outside finally, cooling down. The last couple of days I just spent when we got back to Kyiv because again, there's so much more to talk about, guys. When I have the videos to show you as well in more detail, but we're waiting for that a little bit. But I hope that explains it. I mean, in general, the East, like it's the East, guys. It's where the front lines are. So it's a little bit more anxiety. You're seeing the artillery hits. You're hearing them. The block posts were like one of the block posts told us don't go further, like turn around because it's
Mm-hmm.
bad right now. So that we just turned right around. But when we got back to Kyiv now, I've just been working, just been going, like getting videos out, make sure I get the updates going on my channel. I've done some streams walking around, just kind of showing Kyiv because I like doing that. I just like walking around at like a coffee on the stream, at a breakfast, just kind of like what Ukraine's like during the war. And it's just been such a surreal experience, especially like when I first got here with the NAFO convoy. And that seems like it happened so long ago now. The
Mm.
NAFO convoy. It seems like it was like a month ago, but it was really just last week. But just from the moment we got here, like it's just from Talon to Kyiv, and that's a 30-hour drive. And then immediately went to shout out to our very, very good friend Pete Boucher from
Mm-hmm.
Project Constantine. We had his funeral, and I ran to it. I put my bags down in the hotel, in the hotel that we stay in here in Kyiv, and then went right to Maidan, right there. Ended up missing the Maidan event, but I was able to make it to the church where the church service had just started. So then I went from that to right away to the east with Rick and Greg later on. And did we leave later? No, we left the next day. We had so much. It's just been running, 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 running. I haven't had time to just like sit
Ooh.
or like relax. Except for hanging out with Oya, which is awesome. maybe the only time we've been able to like hang out, like walk around or like have this time outside of work. It's okay. It's I'm just talking at you. It's just like yeah. But that's been like the only time. It's just been to like when we're like walking around or whatever because it's just been busy and then the heat. And then we had the Free A's obstacle rally today, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a very cool. That was a very interesting experience.
Yeah,
I
share the
started.
experience after the whole event because I asked you in the beginning. So,
Mhm.
in general, yeah, tell us more about that. What was your experience streaming it?
Wow. I mean, what can I say? I started streaming protests and rallies in the United States. Like that's how I started my content was streaming that. And the fact that my first international
Mm-hmm.
stream covering a rally or a protest is here in Ukraine. That's for Free Azovstal. It was incredible because they're trying to advocate for the freedom of the captured Azov, the commanders, the soldiers, all of them that are still held in captivity for almost 3 years now. That they're put in the worst conditions. Like if you guys have seen any of the exchange videos from like when Ukraine gives the Russian POWs and Russia exchanges, they're brought back in the worst shape. They're tortured, they're beaten, starved, the worst inhumane conditions you can think of that they're going through. So that rally is to advocate for more releases or not demand more releases and make sure that they continue to happen. Like there's family out there of soldiers. There's soldiers like in Azov that are out there, wounded soldiers that don't have legs. They're amputees. They have the metal leg or they're missing
Yeah,
an arm, but they're still out there. And it was just cool in terms of like seeing how like such a freedom of speech thing, like a protest. You know, you can organize here. It's just like we have in the U.S. or wherever. Like if you have an issue, you want to go out and hold signs or honk your horn very loud, and the police are standing there and they're making sure everybody's like safe and not running in the street, but they're not messing with anybody. In the U.S. we have protests, and it's like, man, the police can turn up a little bit and kind of poke the like if somebody out there is acting crazy, things can things can get wild. But here, that wasn't even like
it
they were
was
there just to
very
facilitate.
civil, right? Also.
Very incredibly civil. Yeah, one individual unfortunately didn't drink enough water and had collapsed, but that's just because it's so hot.
Mm-hmm.
And the police helped him right away, and everybody attended to him, just giving him some water because we're just out there in the heat. But it was a very very nice event. I kind of took it as like a third person perspective, just kind of seeing what it was like because I can't speak Ukrainian, and I just showed signs, but it was a very good event, and I'm thankful that you invited me to it.
Yeah, it was a bit less people than usually because it was super hot today, and I think some people. Yeah, I think that was the main reason. Also, maybe some people are out of town
Mhm.
for the summer, like for vacation or something. But yeah,
Have you seen
you
bigger rallies than that one, Rick?
yeah, this one was
Okay.
like I would say small comparing to some of
Oh,
them
okay.
a few weeks
That
and
was
months
still that's
ago.
still a good amount of people, or maybe
Mhm.
okay in contrast to months ago. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, but I missed the one last week. Then I'm glad I've been to this one. I've been talking with some mothers and husbands, sorry, wives who are waiting there for their husbands. For example, 46 Brigade. It's not only Azov. These rallies are for the captives from different brigades. For example, 46 Brigade. They, I think, are called Air Mobile Brigade, but they are a part
Mm-hmm.
of Airborne Brigade. That's what air
Ooh.
comes from. I just understood. So that brigade, there were two mothers there who are actually waiting for their no, not mothers. Sorry, wives who are waiting for their husbands that are missing in action. They actually don't know if they are in captivity. So a lot of family members are coming there, not only because their loved ones are in captivity, but also because they are missing, and some of them don't even know anything about them or where they are right now, and it's heartbreaking. talking to those wives and mothers and sisters, also a brother today who was actually saying that Putin's head will be cut off and fed to the dogs. You know, he was
Mhm.
actually wishing that to Putin on camera for the second time already. I meet him for the second time, and he was saying the same the last time. A bit aggressive, but that's what Putin deserves. I feel it's pretty appropriate.
But Rick, I don't. I hate to cut this incredibly short, but I have to get my stuff packed and get ready to leave. I leave very early in the morning on the train.
Very
So
early.
yeah,
So yeah, actually, when do you think is going to be the next time you're going to be able to come to Ukraine?
next when I come to Ukraine, maybe in the uh, maybe in the late fall after the election. We have the
Mm,
U.S. election coming up, and if you,
yeah, in November.
I'm not gonna. If you guys have been paying attention to the news for the past
Oh,
24
that was
hours, it's
crazy.
that it's bad. So I'm going to be pretty busy covering U.S. internal stuff for a while, but then probably after that's all said and done, like save money, come back, help. So because like there's been no more opportunities to be able to help soldiers now. Hey, we met with Harry EST, which is pretty cool, and he needs efforts and push Rick's efforts and Rick and Greg. Greg's always on here and always on the shills. I want to be a regular on the shills. I messaged Dick and he's like, yeah, come on. So we'll start doing that more and help push other people's efforts because we've done 11 NAFO trucks and it's been very, very good. But I think with my platform now, I kind of want to just help others, like help others with their campaigns, like Rick's doing. Thank you so much, Rick, for helping push the NAFO campaign like ours. And I want to do that with my channel for everybody. And I feel like we could be more effective because so many of my subscribers, like they watch you, they watch other YouTubers, and they all want to contribute. And I think with mine, it would be best now since we're trusted, the renegades. We have delivered on our promises, and I think we can start tapping into smaller efforts, like helping your raffles, Greg's raffling for the flags, your patches,
Thank
or
you.
whatever. You know what I mean? Like smaller efforts, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and plus you do NAFO campaigns too, so it'd be cool to push some of your stuff as well. So that's what I want to do with my channel in the future after we finish this current NAFO campaign. But we have to finish it, get this 11th truck done, you guys, if we can on my end. Thank you so much, Rick. Thank you to the Rick Rollers for having me on this stream and being a guest. I'm sorry
thank
that
you.
it was short and there wasn't anything flashy, but we're
No
under a
problem,
power
man.
outage and I just want to get
Understandable.
everything taken care of.
Understandable.
Yeah,
I live in the same city, so just your comment on Trump being shot. I need to ask you.
man. I mean, I condemn all political violence straight up in the U.S. In a democracy, no matter what. I mean, I don't like Donald Trump. I'm not going to vote for him. I'd rather see him in jail than attempted murder of Donald Trump.
Hmm.
Just flat out, like I feel like he should face accountability for the crimes he's committed. But trying to commit murder is never the answer, no matter what. No matter what you think or feel, that was not okay at all. So, and I don't want to see that. It's scary that it's gotten to this point, but
Hmm.
also you got to call a spade a spade. I mean, I feel like MAGA and the Trump supporters need to take accountability for the environment that they've also created here. That's transpired to this. I'm not putting
Hmm.
the blame on that. Like I mean, I kind of am in a sense because it's just like the rhetoric that he spews and shares has allowed for this thing to even come to fruition, and it's so bad. So I'm hoping that this is a time where a reflection time from supporters that they'll be like, dang man, like our guy almost just got getting killed up here,
Hmm.
and it's because of the environment that's created. But no matter what, though, I absolutely condemn all political violence in the United States, from MAGA, from anybody. Well, there's a Republican, so he wasn't even like an opposing. He wasn't even like like if you wanted to call him like a Biden, like or Antifa or whatever. He was a Republican. So I it's just the environment that we have in the U.S. and we all need to work on it and become better. Even the ones that are like we got to set the example maybe more so. And I don't know how to do that yet. I'm only 31. I turned 31 in a couple days, but I just know that that wasn't cool at all. No matter what, I don't like Trump, but I don't want to see him get murdered. I don't want to see him in jail instead. So that's what I got to say about that.
Okay, great comment. Thank you. It's really good to know your opinion because I also don't like this kind of dealing with candidates in the democracy.
No.
So this is
Yeah,
not the
no,
way.
no, it's not. All
So
right, Rick
yeah,
and Rollers, thank you so much for having me. You guys have a wonderful night. Make sure you hit that like button on Rick's stream here if you guys
yeah,
haven't
please
done
do
so.
that.
Subscribe to Rick the Ukrainian's YouTube channel right now. Hit that subscribe button, support him,
And
join
to
his Discord
Andrews,
server.
because he's the guest here. Subscribe to
Yeah, but
his.
I'm not gonna. I don't like coming on others and promoting my shit. It's cringe. But everybody support Rick. Thank you guys again, Rick, and I'll message you when I'm on my way out of Ukraine tomorrow and just check in with you. And
By
then
the
I'll
way,
be on here. We'll have maybe next Sunday we can have another conversation. Oh, love it. Turn, you gotta turn around.
the one that you have
Yeah,
also.
show the. Yeah, show the. You gotta show the back. Yep. There you go. Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's an awesome
Yep.
one. I'm so honored
Absolutely.
to meet Himik. Awesome guy.
Very good guy.
Okay, man.
All right, Rick. All right, Rollers. Take
You
care.
have a great trip.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Thanks so much.
Bye, Andrew. So, on my mini auction, Rick the Ukrainian, Rick Rollers, I think, my mini auction here, we have 2 new lots. Well, one lot is not new. This one, Vadim Yuditsky, is the painting, and we have actually the second bid from Privit. Privit was outbidden Silver Earth. Silver Earth, will you place a new bid for this painting? Vadim Yuditsky, Untitled, from the Secret collection. The collection is called The Secret. The Secret. Yeah, so here's the painting. Pretty beautiful. Pretty beautiful. Alright, come on. Such an American accent. It becomes not an accent, but way of saying things. But anyway, I was always a fan of that. So the second lot is pretty expensive, but I decided to make it expensive because some people will give fortune for these. This is the Wagner patch. It was trophied on the battlefield by my friend El Greco, who serves in the border guard on Kharkiv direction. He actually took it from the unit they actually destroyed. So, Rick, can you sing the Give You Up song in Ukrainian? Okay, I'll try right now. Ніколи не зраджу тебе, ніколи не... Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down. Ніколи не зраджу тебе, ніколи не... Підведу тебе, ніколи не бігатиму навколо і закину тебе. That's the translation of it, basically made up by me just now. Marcy Lugan for Ukraine. Thank you for that awesome request. I'd love to sing it in Ukrainian and to make a Ukrainian version of that song. Rick Tongue Twister Ashley. That sounds cool in Ukrainian. Thank you, guys. Ukrainians won't agree with me. I'm 100% sure of that. Yeah. Okay. From Rick the Ukrainians community. Героям слава. And the progress bar will update now. And it's going to be 100%. Yes, I congratulate you, my friends, dear rollers, with closing another fundraiser. We closed half of it, but first of all, the bigger half of it, but secondly, Helena and Anton closed the first part of it, first half, and it's our common result and achievement. Thank you for that. Rick, the Ukrainians community, Героям слава. I'm donating it now, and the progress bar will update Now it just updated. 216,985. Ooh, that's close. It's close to close it. To closing it. So, I still have 1,364 in this here. From that $764.16. I'm gonna donate it now. From Rick Bullers. Last one for today. Or is it? Guys, what do you think? Let me count how much we still have to raise to close this big fundraiser. Maybe we do it today. The progress bar just updated. Now it's on 92%, 218,349. In dollars, we need to raise to close this fundraiser $432.49. That's maybe too much to ask for today. But maybe some of you decide to do it. KDS just sent $20. Can anyone match me? I can throw in another $20. Can anyone match me? So we have $20 from KDS. Wow. Jonesy sent $200 with a comment. Maybe it's can close today. Yeah, it says it's. Sorry, guys. I didn't misspell there. From Jonesy. Thank you so much, Jonesy, for $200. So only $212.49 left to raise. Oh yeah. Wow. More donations just came in. 3 donations. Nikki Hale, $50. Fraser G, $200, and Tracy Oceanfire, $50. Now we have more than we needed. Guys, you are fantastic as always. Thank you. Please stop sending donations now. That's enough. Though 2 more came in. Actually, hey, Trevor McNichols, $20. Thank you very much. And iJedi, $20. Matching. Oh, and donations keep coming. That's crazy. Michael B, $40. 4 more tickets. Thank you so much. Wow, guys. You are amazing. You're truly amazing. Wow. And Kobe Jacks has donated. And Cats sent $12.38. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Rollers contributed. Each of you. Wow. I just sent something. Yeah. Rollers rule. You guys are just fantastic. Because you donated $179.89 more than we needed to close this fundraiser. You are fantastic, guys. Almost 200 extra bucks to, for our next fundraisers. It's from Rick Rollers. We decided that we can close it today. Heroem Slava. Slava to the Black Beard Group. And wrong card, Rick. Yes, choose the right one. and I'm donating it, and the progress bar will update now up to 100%. And it just updated. Guys, we rock. One big fundraiser from 0 to 100%. I won't say in one stream, but in 2 streams. Yesterday, plus a small fundraiser, plus 400 to Helena. Your generosity, rollers, it doesn't know any boundaries. As we say here. I love you, my dear friends. Let's keep rolling to our victory. Let's keep fighting Russian propaganda. Let's keep supporting our army, because they are the only ones who are protecting all of us, including you. You know that. I know you know that. From invasions, killing, genocide. Okay, my friends. Live long, prosper, and donate. And Slava Ukraini. Thank you for watching, guys. Please like this video, leave any comment under it, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can also check the previous part, and you can become a member on my Buy Me a Coffee to support my work here. Thank you, and live long and prosper.